wall. Now freeze here. Now sometimes, guys, it may get trapped on our neck. It may get trapped on... So when it comes to striking, like I said, it's great to know what you're doing with it, but most importantly is, are you prepared? Do you look around all the time and what is my closest blunt object that I have? You know, you'll find these things everywhere you go when you start to do that little game. Everywhere you look, you can find something, so very, very important. But now we're going to dive into, what if we are the ones that don't have a weapon and they're swinging it at us? So we're going to take those two same movements, all right? We're going to be doing a baseball bat swing and a backhand swing and how to defend those. So I'll borrow Brian here. We're going to talk about baseball bat swing first. He could have one hand on the bat or he could have two hands on the bat. All right, so just to make things simple, we're just going to talk about one hand, and he's doing, like I said, that horizontal swing or that baseball bat swing. So before we go live, I want you guys to understand, there's two things when it comes to our defense here. If I'm in striking range, I'm in so much trouble, because when he goes to swing that, the power is at the end. So if I find myself at the end of this bat or blunt object, whatever this is, I'm going to be in danger. It's very important to understand that I either go in or I go out. So going out means if I can find an exit and create space, I'm going to do so. Now, going hand to hand, moving in, can things get a little bit more dangerous when we do this? Absolutely. But when he goes to swing, going live, I'm bursting in. Okay, I'm protecting myself. I'm building a wall. I'm protecting my ribs. I'm going to turn my elbow away. That way we have our biceps and triceps, our deltoids here, kind of protecting our upper body, protecting our lower body, and hitting here. So if I do end up getting hit and I'm kind of towards, the end of the bat, go ahead and swing it a little bit at me. And I'm here, go ahead and hit here. Okay, it's not going to hurt as bad. But when I find myself at the end, there's all the power. I have to burst in. I have to move forward. Ideally, I'm trying to burst for his armpit, his shoulder, his bicep here. This is my target area. I'm trying to jam that up. I want to stay away from that. So we'll come to this side. So as he goes to swing, if I'm deciding to go in, I'm bursting in. Now to finish this technique off, we're controlling. Okay, all I'm doing is I'm lifting up, I'm cupping, my basic side control. Nice and tight, we're striking, striking, striking. I could easily just control and keep hitting until this drops. That's one way of doing this. Drop the bat, drop it, drop it, drop it. And I'll keep hitting. Or if, for whatever reason, I need to take this away, he swings, we burst in, control, striking, striking. I want to get him looking down and rotate my shoulder. Then I'm going to step, grab that bat, rip it away, now it's mine. So again, from this angle, we burst in. Boom. Okay. I'm taking my arm up, and this hand goes to the back of his neck, striking, controlling. Keeping that elbow down, not lifting it up. Knees, groin kicks, loosening him up. When I'm ready, I'm going to push that head and rotate my shoulder. That kind of brings the bat to me. I do not ever want to see you guys, especially if you're testing or training, do this. It's a bad habit. Don't ever reach for the stick, the bat, whatever this may be. Okay? Rotate it, bring it towards you. Now, when I'm ready, okay, I have him locked. Could he get free and still try to dive in on me? Absolutely. Because I only have one arm controlling him. So this has to be a quick movement. I'm focused solely on getting this. So from here, I push him down. My thumb is going to be down as I reach more towards the end, not so much towards him. I want more leverage than he does. And I'm going to rip it towards his thumb. Here, in a way. Now, if I wanted to, I have a lot of strikes that I could do from here. Striking upwards, striking the knee, striking the back of the head. List goes on and on. Or if I just felt like disengaging, just depends on the level of threat, who this is, what the situation is. So last time, Just hitting the key points. If I am going in, I burst in. If I'm going out, I'm bursting out and I'm getting away as fast as I can. But we're discussing going in. So we build our wall. Okay, now one thing, if he was swinging with the other hand, I'm going to build the wall on the other side. I just want to make sure that I do talk about that. Okay, so we would discuss here, bursting in, trapping, striking over and over again. Okay, pushing that head down, rotating that shoulder. Thumb is down. And notice my leg. I'm going to kind of step away too. Grabbing, breaking that. Striking if I need to, or just disengaging. A lot of different things, like I said, that we can do from there, controlling as well. And you guys will see that later on. So just to practice in the air, here we go. When I say one, I want you guys to build your wall, bursting in. Notice we're not going straight forward. We're going towards that shoulder, so it's a slight angle. Ready? And one, burst in. Go back. One more time. And two, bursting in. Last one. And three, burst in. Good. Now, stay in this position. From here, we're going to underhook their arm, and this is going to go to the side of the neck. Okay, throw in a couple knee strikes. 1, 2, groin kick if you want. Pushing down with the hand that's controlling their head and rotating your shoulder. Okay, if you need to step back with your foot, you should always do that. You don't ever knee and leave it there in front. So it should be back already, but if it's not, do so. Thumb is down as we grab and rip it away. That is the motion that we're going to be doing as you guys practice this. So do not swing this as hard as you can with your partner. If you guys, I know this seems silly, but if you have a pool noodle, that is a great way to start training. Get a pool noodle. You can swing that as hard as you want. Still, okay, simulating a blunt object, but it's going to be realistic training because you can swing a lot harder. As you advance, maybe you have a blunt object, you can just get the pool noodle, stick it on the end of this, then it's a little bit solid, okay, but you still have that protection there. So just safety and training, you're not going to go 100% and swing it as hard as you can. You don't want to get hit with this. So starting off slow, or if you have the pool noodle, starting off a little bit faster. We're just going to use this blunt object today. They're going to go back and forth. I don't want you guys to train, take it away, and then give it right back. So after you take it away, simulate strikes or disengage, and then you become the attacker. Ready? And we'll watch it play out and go. Where were your knees? You got to loosen them up. All right, it's all right. Switching it up. Bursting in. Nice tight control. Now one thing, freeze here. Yeah, we want to get there right below the elbow. Good. Burst in. Striking, striking. There they are. Good. Now slow it down just a little bit. Make sure we get all the key points in. Go. Burst in. Build that wall. Now freeze here. Now sometimes, guys, it may get trapped on our neck. It may get trapped on our shoulder. If it's up here, that's totally fine. You just got to be cautious. You know, this could be a machete style. I don't know. That could be bladed. Just got to be cautious of little things like that. So notice where he's at here. It's against his neck, nice and tight, more so the forearm. He's not being lazy and having it here. Could this happen? Of course it could. You just got to be cautious of things like that. So if you're really late with your burst, you may find yourself in this position sometimes. You may have got caught on the side of the neck, but the further you burst in, the better it is. And then notice the other thing here too, guys, if we reach too deep though, he still might be able to bend his elbow and switch hands. So it's very important that we lock, okay, right here on that, right below that elbow, grabbing their tricep, that natural handle, and then pinching it really tight. All right, continue. Boom. Pushing that head down, turning, grabbing, ripping it away, striking. All right, going nice and slow. Last one. Bursting in, controlling, striking, striking. Good. Taking away. And time. Nice work. So you guys continue practicing that, continue working, go back and forth, practice for a couple minutes, get used to it, rewind the video, watch some of the key points, record yourself doing that if you need to. Protect yourself, guys. Don't start off at 100% swinging this unless you have something very, very soft. Then you could go a little bit faster doing so. So now we talked about that open end swing, where they're like the baseball bat swing, they're coming towards us. But now we're going to talk about a backhand swing. Okay, they're here. Maybe you avoided the first strike by backing away, but now they're coming towards you again, and it's that backhand strike. Or maybe they're just turning and they see you and they're striking. Like I always say, scenarios can go on and on of this situation, but backhand swing is what we're going to discuss. So once again, you're either in or you're out. If I see him winding up and I can get away from him, that's great. That's what I want to do. But worst case scenario, I can't. Now nothing changes. Our first burst in is exactly the same. We're building that wall, but we're going to go towards where the bat is. It would be silly for me to burst this way and build my wall because I'm opening up on this side. So we need to, come right here for me. And he does that backhand swing. We need to make sure that we burst in this direction. Now what we're going to do, turn for me just a little bit, from here, is we're going to overlap, nothing changes, okay? And we're going to stretch them out. All right, this is what I want. So it's burst in, boom, okay, popping them. Now, going for the eyes, doing our eye strikes, our eye gouges, I'm going to simply place my foot behind him as I bring him down to the floor. And I'm going to move with him. It's very, very important that I move with him. Because if not, if I do not step, and if I just stay right here, when I bring him down, I'm going to be off balance, and that's going to go away from me. So I must move with him. So starting from the beginning, bursting in, trapping and striking, raking the eyes, and I don't want it, I could take this leg, but watch what's going to happen. I'm going to end up being off balance here and falling down with him. Could I do it? Yes, but I'll still end up on top. You know, I'm still in somewhat okay position, but there is that disadvantage of tripping up and being and falling. So it's a lot better to use our outside leg, our leg that's furthest away from him, and putting it there. Raking the eyes, tripping them up, and I move with him. Now from here, kind of like what we did in a couple classes ago with the hair grabs and whatnot, we're nice and tight. I'm going to switch my hands, grabbing his wrist, grabbing the stick, and I'm going to kind of place it against my quad. So if he's still holding on here, there's our break. A lot of options for striking. Okay, striking, 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 striking. A lot of different things we can do there. So last time, we'll go from this angle. I see that backhand. I burst in. Okay, reaching across, doing a palm strike or raking those eyes. Where's his head naturally going when I rip his eyes back? It's going backwards. What's behind him to kind of trip him up and sweep him. I can also kick that leg as well, bringing him down. Okay, once I get to this position, there's a quick switch, and I'm nice and tight. I could arm bar him easily as well. If he starts fighting for this, okay, it's just a quick break. That switch has to be done fast. So it's 1, 2. So if he starts fighting me now, that's fine. I just break it right over my quad. Now he's in a lot of trouble at this position. What if he starts fighting me from here, though? That's fine. Start striking, striking, striking. Boom. Avoid it completely. Take off, run in. You have those options. I don't necessarily always have to get that stick. I could easily just sweep him, get him down to the ground, take off running, go to my car, whatever it may be. So from here, we'll practice without that. Go ahead and put it down. We're building the wall. You still build, but we're going towards, like I said, their shoulder, okay, the armpit, that tricep, that's the area that we're bursting in. So we're just going to practice with our right arm, protecting our left side. So ready, and 1, burst in. Boom. Okay, now from here, reaching over as we strike that face, raking the eyes, take that outside leg and ripping it back, bringing them down, stepping. Then we're going to switch hands, breaking away and getting free. Okay, so I know it seems silly to do stuff in the air, so we're going to practice with our partners once again. If you have some type of object that you can put a pool noodle on for safety, or using a pool noodle, great training tool. If not, go slow if you have a solid object. So backhand strikes, we're going to start off nice and slow, making sure that we hit all the key points. So he's backing in, backed up, good, burst in, striking outside leg, does a sweep, or trip if you will. Then he's going to switch hands, breaking over his quad, getting away. All right, hopping back up. And go. Build that wall. It's all right. Trapping. Other hand goes to the face. Good. Outside leg. Bring them down. Switch your hands. Now, if we end up on top, let's go ahead and play that out. We fall down. We end up on top. What are our options? Ground and pound. Striking. Get on top. Controlling. Over and over again until we get that stick. Guys, not everything's going to be perfect in Krav. Not every self-defense technique that we do is going to be perfect. You're going to fall, you're going to stumble, you're going to slip, you're going to get hit. You got to prepare for those things. So if you slip, if you goof up, keep playing, keep going. You don't ever just, oh man, stop and start over. No, continue going and play that one out. That's a great, great thing to do. So, all right, ready again. Backhand swing, bursting in, boom. There it is. Burst in, good. No, underhook. Yeah, right there. Outside leg. Moving with them. Striking. All right. There we go. Good. Getting free. Nice. Throwing combative afterwards. Let's go one more each. Palm strike. Set up that sweep. Good. So let's go back and clean that up. Maybe you find yourself overstepping and moving. So one more time, Brian. So we go. Boom. We build our wall. We set up. We're going to use that outside leg. Now, as you sweep him, I want you to step back. There. Almost had it. Okay, very, very important. As we're pushing down, we move that foot, and we move it kind of like a C-step, getting far back. So one more time. Let's make sure we have good balance. There we go. Trapping. Boom. Okay, now move it with them. There it is. Now set up that switch. Good. Striking. Getting away. And time. Good work. So remember, practice, 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 train, train, train. That is key. That's how we get more proficient with these things. You can easily practice running away. You know, you're talking your way out of that situation. Guys, that is the best thing that you can do if there is a blunt object involved. Just the chance of getting injured is so high. You know, these are just last resort type things that we need to do to defend ourselves. Just because you know this defense doesn't, you know, you shouldn't be like, oh, there's somebody with a blunt object. I don't care. I'm going to go in and do it anyways. No. Nike defense. Run. Go, go, go. That easily can save your life. So remember that. So if you have an opportunity to get out, go. If you are forced to go in, you don't have an exit and you have to do it, you burst in anytime it's this horizontal type swing. You jam them up. You go for that shoulder. And if need be, you keep throwing combatives. You keep striking. And then if you find the opportunity to take it, you know, go ahead and do so. But train, 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 do different scenarios with it. And sometimes you trip and fall. Play it out. Keep going, because that stuff is real life. You know, you could be on wet grass. It could be raining. Who knows? You slip and fall. So things to think about as you guys are training. If you have any questions or, you know, you find yourself having a hard time, record yourself. Ask us questions about it. You know where to find us. Just send us an email. Good luck with your training and be safe.